Great timing by Major.
Wow, he's just going to fly right over here. There are some roaches trying to get in position, but this many Marines with stim, and they can actually just fight up against this puny army of roaches and that one Ravager.
Army just run back, but great multitasking by Major here.
Yeah, this is the second army we're talking about, getting a really nice trade against these roaches. Just going to sit in the corner here, wait until some anti-air comes, or just too many roaches, and eventually pick up and leave.
The marauders that you do have become very, very useful, but man, he's dealing damage here. 5 drones go down to this drop. And supply-wise, very, very similar. And
when medevacs just flying in, the tank's really not supported here. No pickups. A little bit sloppy. Looks like he was trying to control this drop at the same time.
Oh, Snute's actually handling this very well. And the amount of spores that he had, what a nuisance they were too. But this creep is constantly being cleared up. And if you position these tanks at the bottom of this ramp, trying to run down from one direction, it gets cleaned up quite easily.
Yeah, and at the same time, he's pushing onto the creep, and he's getting on top of the Broodlords. It looks like a couple of them actually already went down, only 3 remaining. Now he's just going to trade here and eventually kite back. And at the same time, this drop has not been dealt with. He's attacking from 3 different locations right now.
This is really nice by Major, and he is going to get this 4th by the looks of it, and yet it won't be stopped at all. So the 4th does fall, but Snute's supply is very good, and his army's still exceptionally strong. But where's his anti-air? That isn't a bad thing, though. Seeing those Broodlords, and Major's just all over the shop here, just dropping, dealing damage with just bio. He hasn't even unveiled his secret weapon here, which is, hey, I'm just going to kill your air super easily. And he started doing that now. The Broodlords did stop morphing it. I almost think that was a mistake, attacking the Broodlords morphing, because now the Corruptors can deal with the Vikings.
Yeah.
I feel that if you just let them morph in and just
let
pretend,
them morph and then show up with, you know, your 12 Viking squad.
Exactly. And he's going to take out the Ultralisk Cavern
for free. He just flies in, swoops in. Snute is totally unknowing, and at the same time, he's going to attack this 4th base. I guarantee it. His multitasking this game, I have to say, has really impressed me. Some of the top I've ever seen, in fact. This is really, really nice.
Major's looking a lot cleaner now, and this army is fighting against the Ravagers. They've got no support here. He's taken out absolutely everything of Snute.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much. There's some Corruptors coming over here, but fighting against only the Vikings. He does have to kite those back, but not that much more on the ground. It looks like Major is going to back off. At the same time, he is going for a drop in the main, though.
Yeah, I mean, Snute focused down the medevacs, so the longevity of this little squad isn't going to be around for much longer, but he's doing a lot of damage in the main, taking out multiple queens, going to start focusing down, and Snute's struggling to get 4 bases running really, really
going to mainly make a strong ground army.
Oh, and
it's going to work out so well.
Oh, and doesn't get the cancel.
The only other location that Snute could possibly take another base, and another non-cancel.
Look at this. Major, he's just had the upper hand the whole time, denying creep continuously, and these drops, man, so hard to deal with.
He just never stops, and now he's got Liberators in the mix. He's like, okay, let me up the ante here. You've been defending up until now, but let's see what you can do against this. Now Snute's got his entire army down here in the bottom. It looks like Major may lose a couple of Liberators, but at the same time, Major getting onto that creep once again, going to clear it up again.
Everything about Major's play is great. He's doing one thing, and it may seem hopeless, just that one thing alone, but he's always distracting him. He's showing him one card and then doing another. And the real aim of the game here is deny creep, keep this guy away from me. I'm going to build the ultimate army.
Looking to possibly get on top of that army, go for some snipes or the EMPs onto those Vipers, and now the parasitic bomb's coming out. He has to spread, but there's too many of them, so just trying to go for the damage on the Broodlords instead. This is going to make Major back up.
And the war of attrition, you've got to put Snute slightly ahead here, because even though he's losing these bases, sure, but he's making good trades, and even every time we look around the map, he's just doing something well.
Yeah, it really does. Major once again sniping another base. I feel like this game has been going on forever. Scanning the entire map. He's found the Broodlords. There's no defense. He's going to get 1, 2, 3, and now he's just going to back off. He doesn't want to get fungal. No parasitic bomb. There's a bunch of Zerglings into this mix. He may be able to snipe some of these bases if Major is not paying attention.
Oh, Major is on the ball though, but these are adrenal gland lings here, so that planetary, it will not live for much longer, and all the SVs drop too, so a really nice little attack by Snute, and this is the first time in the game that we've really seen Snute do an attack that worked out for him, down to a T. But when did he see a Korean go up against a Zerg that held on as well as Snute did?
Oh, look at this, the fungals and the parasitic bombs catching all the Vikings there. Unbelievable catch by Snute. At the same time, denying a base. Snute is making a huge comeback in this game onto the map, but he's going to use this time to attack this bio. That's a lot of weak bio, but will do a decent job against these Ravagers.
But Snute doesn't want those Ravagers anymore, and actually the Ravagers do clean up the fire.
The Ravagers actually do win, and they deny any defense of this base here. The SCVs are not going to do anything against those Broodlords.
Another base denied from Major. He didn't know how to really turn on the kill switch and the win switch, and here, Snute's just taking little trades and little fights that are working out very well for him.
Yeah, he needs to get a couple more fungals. The parasitic bombs are doing the damage, but finally spreading out here. No more fungals actually on the map, and some Zerglings coming in the back, trying to get the surrounds, getting a lot of surrounds on all the ghosts in the back, but it looks like it should be enough Terran to eventually clean up the Lings, but will it be able to clean up the rest?
Man, that's so many Broodlords. Major's dropped down to below 100 supply here. Microing out his little heart, but these Broodlords, they go uncontested, and
that's
GG.
GG. Snute eventually in a half-hour-long game is able to take out Major.
2-2 is completed. He's got the weapon upgrade, he's got the upgrades here, like in
this
total.
Is the timing, basically.
Right. And look at this tank position too. If they get filed, yes, that sucks. But if these Ultras do pop out, Marines can even deal damage to them.
Yeah, they really can. He's got so many Marines out here. He already has the 2-2, like you said, and he's fighting now before the 2-2 is done by the Zerg. We do have one Ultra popping out, already taking a lot of damage, and 2-2 is about to finish here with chitinous plating on the way as well.
Yeah, if he can deal a lot of damage here, he possibly kill as many Ultras as he can without the upgrades. And yeah, he's fighting without the upgrades. Those Ultras are melting. This is a great push by Major.
Yeah, the fungal looked good, but there's just way too many units over here. It doesn't look like Snute has enough to defend this.
Chitinous plating has kicked in though, but is it too little too late? There are going to be Ultras popping out, but most of the army from Snute has died, and these Ultras still pack a punch from the low ground here.
Yeah, all these tanks just shelling the Ultras. It doesn't matter how much armor they have if they're going against this much firepower. Now a bunch of Liberators in the mix. We do, it looks like
they're on the same spot though. They're getting, only 2 armor upgrades if I'm not mistaken here. So yeah, his upgrades are behind too. So this bio actually deals quite a bit of damage.
And you can see Snute trying to run in here with all of his Ultras, kind of a last-ditch effort. Not going to be enough. All the Liberators joining up and all of these extra tanks getting in there just to get in the fun. GG, well played. That's going to be game number 2, going to Major. Clear out the Overlords in DBZ. It's just so potent, and you could see the effects of it now. All of the units of Snute out of position. Not going to kill too many drones here, but going to get a bunch of these Overlords, in fact, and heavily supply block Snute here.
Oh, and he did focus down all those Overlords there, so a huge supply block. And this spot here by Major, he just flies in there. He's getting behind the mineral line.
He's getting on top of the ramp. That's just so fantastic. He's got a couple of medevacs full of Marines here. Tons of Queens to deal with the medevacs. Yeah, he's just doing a fantastic job trading here. Even that one tank getting really low, but at the same time, another drop coming in at the 4th base.
Great play. Major, he's always like when he does one thing, you're always like, oh man, that's a great move. But it kind of got shut down a little bit here by Snute. But he's doing something else on the other side of the map. So Major, he's
you just really need them against the guy who's just going to continuously drop you like this. Somehow, some way, Major does find a small angle here, picks off 5 drones.
Major is so persistent, man. This is great play by him. He's not giving Snute any time.
And against a 3-base Zerg who's trying to go Broodlords on 6 gas.
Look at this too. He's just pushing ahead wherever he can, trying to deal damage. And this army might get shut down. And these, but the tank also
that one tank. And look at this, just a small group of Marines coming in here, easily going to be able to trade with some of these units. I would love if the Liberators would just reposition slightly to help out. And that's a gigantic drop. And at the same time, he's trying to distract here. He's pulling all of the units of Snute up towards that 4th base. And here we go, the giant doom drop into the main.
And look, he's going to position these Liberators at the top of this ramp. And how are any units going to be able to get up here? I'm surprised that he doesn't position. There we go, a few more Liberators. Oh, the Viper pulls though. This is a good play by Snute, but how does he get up this ramp? He can't get up the ramp.
He's just going to try to throw some infested Terrans up there and get some fungals, and at the same time, a small group of like 4 Marauders killing 14 drones at the 4th base. Major really pulling apart Snute here.
And look, he's trying with everything he can to get up this ramp. And in fact, he's dealing with a lot of these Liberators here, and Major doesn't actually kill the hatchery. They did. I believe he kind of fired killing those. Oh, and the drop is back.
Here those Hive goes down as well as the infestation pit. So that's going to be a huge amount of tech that just went down.
With more Liberators and more Vikings behind to support, that's no mining going down for Snute.
And look at this. So many Vipers in the mix now. Not sure what he's going to use it for. Maybe Blinding Cloud. There's not much here. Just some fungals coming down and really nice splits here. Oh, he's got to split up those Liberators. He's taking so much damage, and now the fungals are coming down. Those Liberators are melting here.
Whoa, Snute, for the first time in a long time, he's ahead in supply here. And this seems to be the moral of the story. A drop going on. Of course, Major's dropping him and killing tech structures left, right, and center, but man, Snute does well in these big army battles.
There's still no Vikings on the map. He's just refused to make Vikings.
Major, despite being all over Snute for this entire game, Snute just gets one big army together and manages to maul his opponent with just superior control in the big army battles. And I really believe that Liberator lack of upgrade really cost Major this game.
Yeah, that definitely is part of it. And Snute really just swinging the hammer now, finally getting the chance to do so. And just a little bit of bile left over here. The corrosive biles landing on all of those Liberators, and there's really nothing left here for Major. That should be the end of game number 3 here.
That feeling where your supply doesn't go down. In fact, GG is called.
GG. Snute is going to take game number 3 here.
And this is a really cute response by Major. He's pulling a lot of workers here.
Yeah, he should be able to defend this, trying to get the big surround and focus this down. There's nothing coming out of it. Snoot's kind of just given up on this.
In fact, what a great move by Snute. So he got scouted out, and he saw that Major massively overcommitted, but look at the mining. For 100-100 commitment to making that Nidus right there and then.
Yeah, look at this. He's not even responding to this. Now he just unloads over here. I'm not even sure if he noticed that.
Creep spread going down. This is gnarly. So creep spread happening this close to your opponent's base. Yeah, he can't really kill his opponent, I don't believe, from this position, but creep spreading from here, and Major just wasted a lot of Marines. This is sick play by Snute.
And he's got his number here. There's one bunker and a couple of tanks. There's just so many roaches coming out now, and only 2 tanks with no support.
That was great tank micro, but this is a hell of a lot of Snute, and he's pushing in here. The SCVs are dying. The tanks,
whoa,
1 down, and only 2 left here. He's being pushed out of his own Natu. There's only 1 medevac available, so if he gets on top of those tanks, he is going to kill them, and Major's very worried about that.
Here come the corrosive biles, a nice pickup there, but more coming down here. That 1 tank getting very low. But all these SCVs fighting it up. The tank does go down. And
I talked with Firecake about this in the past, and it's if you see a reactor going down on that faction, he's producing Hellions, you Nidus the guy.
Yeah, and he finally took out the medevac, and I think that should be the nail in the coffin. No more micro on these tanks. It's been impressive how long Major has held on, but I think this should be the final blow. All of these SCVs. GG, Snute is going to take it 3-1, and look at him.
Relief.
He must be so happy after taking this one. He knows how hard of an opponent Major was, and he did it, man. He deserved that win. Taking it 3-1. Unbelievable play from that Zerg player.